Like, how did Colony come up? And was Colony your first sponsor?
No, I was on Vita People for 3 years.
Okay. How did that come up first?
I was doing that. Yeah, I don't know when. Was it 5-6 years ago? I first put on a coaster, and I started like just jibbing about, doing some backlashes, and I was like, "Oh, this is sick! I like this."
Yeah.
And then kind of like, so see here, like if you can look at the forecast, and then it might say it's going to rain in the next hour, so you've got about like an hour of just going out anywhere. And then where I used to live, when I had my first coaster, there was just like a massive like parking lot. Yeah. I would just go out there and just start jibbing about, fucking around. And then I was like, oh, I wonder how long I can go with this back money. And I started practicing and practicing and practicing for hours and hours and end.
180 into it, or
yeah, so yeah. 180 and then just popping into it. And I was like,
okay, yeah.
Hours and hours, and I was like, oh, this is sick. I like this. And it was getting further and further and further. And then I was just doing that for months on end. I was like, oh, I really like it. And I had this like a little curb set up, just like a little triangle curb kind of thing. And I was just doing backlashes, trying every possible scenario or
combination. That's my kind of spot. I love a curb.
Yeah, I love it. I love a good curb. You know, I can't beat a good curb. And then yeah, I was doing that, and then I moved to a different spot like a few years later, and it was the same thing. It was winter. It was even during summer. It's like rains a lot, and it was like this massive like. It wasn't a massive. It's like a mall, but it has like a parking lot, but it's sheltered. So cool. We're just going down there. Same thing again. So I think it was like around COVID, where you know, we were on lockdown. You couldn't go out, but you could go out for like an hour just for like a exercise or whatever by yourself. Yeah. But I was down there like 3, 4, 5 hours just doing back minis. I was just enjoying it. I was just, you know, I could do something. I would set up my little camera and would just try to do like whatever I can do. And that's why I started putting these little clips up. And then I think so there was a distribution called More Large that was distributing Media People stuff. And then the manager back at the time, I think he started following me. But there was another guy, Brad, who's not on Video People anymore, but he was on Video People at the time from Edinburgh. And then he was like, "Oh, Renato's getting really good with these back knees and all that." And then
so it's all from Instagram. You didn't put together a video; it's just clips on Instagram.
Yeah, it's clips on Instagram. Yeah, because it was like I didn't feel like it would go good in an edit. Do you know what I mean? Because it was all curb stuff. It was like, if I could link this up with like a grind or whatever, like that would be cool. Like Devin is like the best with it.
Yeah,
he can just make it look effortless, and he can just put it into out of any grinds and whip out of it and whatever. It was like, well, I'm clearly not at that level. I just don't really want to put an edit out. But yeah, for Instagram, and then Brad, and then Rory McLean, you probably know him.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh, we should like, you know, push Vida People like into like getting Renato hooked up and whatever. But they were kind of like, you know, trying to help me out. And then yeah, I think Brad messaged the manager at the time. I was like, oh, I think you should, you know, look this guy up. And I think he started following me for like a month, and I just kept posting Instagram posts. And then yeah, he messaged me in the end and was like, oh, like really like your riding. I was like, I was actually had like a Jordan frame as well. That's where the whole back mini like thing started with Jordan Godwin. Yeah, he was just so good at it. I was like, I want his frame, so hopefully I can be as good as him in back minis. And I bought his frame, and then yeah, I think his name is Rob. Rob messaged me and it's like, yo, like, how is that frame? How is that Doomsayer frame? I was like, oh, it's pretty sick. I was like, do you want other stuff like reels and shit? I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then
yeah.
Like, oh. And that was it. Yeah, and it was just like a flow deal kind of thing. It was good. Yeah, I was extremely stoked. It was all I ever wanted, really, just, you know, being a company and being appreciated. And
fuck yeah, it's validation, you know. It's like I am good. Exactly, this is cool.
But yeah, and I think with Vida People, I think I just caught like the worst time in BMX to be sponsored at all. Like, because it was like right after COVID.
Yeah.
And
nothing's happening, no trips, fucking sales are down.
Nothing, yeah. And obviously, like the Vida People team has always been so stacked. And then obviously I'm at the very bottom, and even with my little flatland tricks, I'm just not gonna get like a spot into like, you know what I mean,
on the trips,
any trips or anything like that, which is fair enough. And then time, I think I did one trip with people down to London. That was pretty sick, to be fair. But that was about it. But I think it was just no budget. And then I think the industry is still struggling a little bit.
Oh yeah.
After like, you know, like the whole COVID thing, and after all the stock that they had left, it's just, yeah, I shook everyone a little bit of money, which is fine. So I think really people, I was just a bit unlucky at the whole thing hosting it. And then there's no beef. It's all love to all the boys. You know what I mean? Like Paul was extremely nice as well. All the love for everyone. Like, there's no sour taste in my mouth. It's just like, it's not much happening for me here, so might as well just do it for myself, kind of thing.
Yeah. So then, like, when did the We the People end? And was it like leaving We the People for Colony, or leave We the People hanging out?
I just left We the People. It was like, it's not happening. It's just like, might as well just move on, and then just, because I was kind of like, I think, putting a lot of like pressure on myself that like I do need to like be better and putting out better content and making, but it wasn't much happening. They weren't really asking me anything. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't one of those things like I was just like pressuring myself into these things, and I was like, why am I doing this to myself? I want to just enjoy riding.
There you go.
And then I was talking to Paul a lot, and he was like, yeah, do whatever you need to do, man. Like, it's all good, it's all love. So yeah, it was all chill. And then I just went on my own way. And then, interestingly enough, like, as soon as
when is this, by the way? Sorry, when did you leave We the People? Because I feel like I found you when you were on We the People, but I could be wrong.
It's like 6-7 months ago, something like that.
Okay,
yeah, something like that. But yeah, interestingly enough, after that, I was just like, it was this weight lifted off my shoulders, even though there was no pressure there, and I was just like, I kind of opened up. I was like, oh, I can ride bikes and I can enjoy it, and it's amazing. And then it was great. And then went to Australia. I was like, I had a really, really harsh winter here. It was just raining all the time. It wasn't great. I was working 2 jobs. I was just like really trying to save as much money as possible. So I did. So obviously I'm European, like I'm Hungarian, but been here for 10 years. And after like a certain amount of time, I think 6 years, you can apply for citizenship, like a UK citizenship. And I did that. Like, it costs quite a lot of money, and you need to do a few tests, but opens up better opportunities if you like want to go to Australia. You can get a working holiday visa a lot quicker and easier with a British passport and a Hungarian passport. It's possible a Hungarian passport as well, but it was just a lot easier with the UK one. So I did all that. I grinded through winter. I was just working a lot. And then did all these tests, and then got my citizenship a few months ago. I got my passport and everything. But that, and then went away for 3 months, and then I was chilling in Australia. And then the weather, man, it's just different. Like the quality of life is just different over there. Everyone's outside. Everyone's loving life because it's just, the sun is always shining. It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's crazy how you can like grow up in like rainy Europe, and then I don't know, halfway through your life you're like, oh shit, people are just living like this all the time. This is amazing. Every time I go to California, I'm like, dude, this weather is insane. It's too good.
Yeah, Hungary is different because Hungary's got actual seasons. So you got like winter is cold, -10, snow, the whole line on area. And you move it on to spring is like 20 degrees, rainy, you know, how spring's supposed to be. And then you move on to summer, 35, 40 degrees, sunny, amazing. But you actually got seasons. In Scotland, you've got 2 weeks of summer when it's like 20 degrees and it's sunshine. Whereas today as well, it's 20 degrees, but it's raining. And the rest is just autumn. It's just rain all the time. And wind. It's just not great. And it's like, it's so unpredictable. You can't really plan anything other than, I don't know. And then
I think it fucks your mood up too. Like, just there's something about being in rain where it's just like, all right, I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Alex is still here in Glasgow. If I was him, I would be in Cali by now.
I know, right?
Yeah, there you go. Everyone to themselves. But yeah, no. I just needed to get out of here. I just had to make a move. I don't know why I've chosen a place that is literally the other side of the world, but there you go. I fell in love with it. And then, yeah, I just had the opportunity to write every day.
Yeah.
And I was posting Insta clips because I didn't really have anyone to film with. I didn't really like really injure myself. I didn't want to like send big rails or, you know, go big. Because I didn't want to injure myself whilst I was out there. But I was having a lot of fun. I was riding every day, a couple of hours because the weather allowed me to. So I was just out there. And yeah, I was just posting every other day on IG. It was just whatever I landed. I was just like, oh, I'll just post it. And then yeah, word got around, and then Clint from Colony messaged me. I think like 2 weeks before I was supposed to come back. I was like, you know, his backyard jams. He had one recently, yeah, and he was like, oh, like, do you want to come up to the backyard? I was like, right. It was like he kind of invited me to ride it.
Yeah.
With the Insane Pros. I was like, well, thank you, but have you seen my IG? Like, I don't think I can do anything on them.
I don't see any curbs in your backyard, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I can do anything on them big Rams, but I'm more than welcome to come and hang out and chat and all that. And he was like, oh, I'm pretty sure you could do some stuff. It was like, but yeah, if you got time, whatever. But I had my flights back anyway, so. But yeah, and then yeah, he was like, yeah, cool. Well, whenever you come back, just pop up. And then he was like, oh, by the way, would you consider writing for Colony? I was like, fuck yeah. I really like what they're doing.
Well, thanks for watching a clip from the show. If you want to catch the whole episode with that dude, go here. If you want to just watch another clip because you don't have an attention span, go here. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel. Did I do it right? I don't know if I did it right. Thank you for watching. Bye.